Alright, hello. So yesterday we went over the verb tenses, present, past, and future. Remember, past is when it already has happened in the past. Present is when it's happening now, and future is telling you about something that is going to happen. It hasn't happened yet. So yesterday we kind of learned how to use the verb in the future tense. We add will before the base form of the verb. So adding will makes it change into future tense. So let's go over some examples. I will cry when it's time to leave. So I haven't cried yet, but when it is time, I will cry. So if we change that to I am crying, that's happening now, but when I say I will cry, that is future. Lisa will complete her first novel this October. She hasn't done it yet, but in the future with our will, she will do it in October. They will bake pies, so just adding the will changes it again to a future tense, and we will arrive in the evening. So again, just adding will in these sentences, we can see it hasn't happened yet, but it will happen in the future, which is why it's called future tense. So let's go over some examples. All right, for our homework today, we are selecting the present tense verb in bold, and we are changing it to the future tense. Remember, as our notes from yesterday, when we were changing it to the future tense, we were adding will. So what you're going to do here, the boys feed the horses at their uncle's farm. That's happening now because our present tense doesn't have an ending. But if I click on it, so I have to select the present tense verb in bold, now we have to change it. So I know to change it to future, I'm going to add will feed. You also have to type in the verb, and then you're going to press enter. So now that it's blue, let's practice reading it and see if it sounds correct. The boys will feed the horses at their uncle's farm. Is that in our future tense? Yes. So then we just press submit. Great job. So now let's again go through two more. Select the present tense verb in bold and change it to future tense. So first thing I'm going to do is read the sentence. The dogs escaped through the open gate in the yard. So it is a present tense right now. As we can see, there's no ending. So now I'm going to click on the verb and I'm going to change it to future. So to change it through future, I'm going to add will plus our base word of escape and enter. So now that it's blue, I'm going to practice reading it. The dogs will escape through the open gate in the yard. Does that change it from happening now to happening in the future? Yes. So I'm going to press submit. Super. And our last example. My parents exercise every day to stay healthy. So the verb here is exercise. It's an action verb. What you do, my parents, now I need to change it to future tense. So I'm adding will in front of the root base word. So my parents will exercise every day to stay healthy. So they haven't yet, but they will in the future. Alright, and that is our homework today. We're just practicing on changing verbs, making them future tense. Remember, we can change it by adding will in front of it. So when we see will in a sentence, that's when we know that it's going to be in the future. Not past, not in the past, and not now, which would be the present. Alright, thank you and have fun with your homework.